Hi, Margaret here. Oh, will you look at that? Poached egg and avocado. I wonder what your favourite bagel topping is. Well, I suppose we'll need to make the bagels first. Well, making bagels is very like making any other bread. The only difference is there's less water. Bagel dough is quite dry, which helps to give it its lovely chewy texture. It's also baked in a slightly different way to bread dough. Once the ingredients have all come together, I'm going to go straight in with my electric mixer. It's hard work for this electric mixer, so I'm going to go in by hand for a little bit with this one. A little bit of flour, and then let's get started. Using plenty of flour is fine here. It doesn't matter if a little bit more flour goes into the dough. It needs to take all it can. When it's smooth and elastic, it can pop back in the bowl, covered with a little bit of cling film and left in a warm place for about an hour or an hour and a half. You can see how much it's risen in this time. With it being quite dry, it doesn't stick too much to the paper. This time we won't need any flour on that board. I'm going to cut it right away into equal portions. Normal bagels, you'd need to cut it into about 8 pieces. I'm going to cut it into 16. I'm going to make nice little mini bagels today. There we go. Now we just need to make them into lovely smooth round balls. This will take a little bit of work. It's important that they're quite smooth and you haven't got any cracks. Then the bagels will end up the right shape. It's worth covering them with cling film as you go to save them drying out. And if you're finding it hard to seal the cracks, just give them a pinch and another roll. That should soon sort it out. When they're all done, we just need to make the hole in the middle. Take each bagel and push your finger right through. Widen the hole quite a bit. The hole does become smaller as they have the second rise. Cover them again and then pop them back in the warm place to rise for a little while, somewhere between 20 minutes and 30 minutes. When they're risen, we'll need a pan of bubbling water. I'm going to add a good squidge of honey to it. Each bagel needs to be popped into the boiling water for 1 minute on either side, just about 3 at a time. We don't want to overcrowd the water. It's important you don't overdo this, no more than a minute either side, or they might just sink. And nobody likes a flat bagel. Another way to pop them into the water, so that they don't lose their shape so much, is to put them on a tiny bit of paper. And then, eventually, if you move it around a little bit, the paper will come off and the bagel should keep its shape. Before we pop them into the oven, these bagels could do with an egg wash, just brushed on the top of each one. And then you can pop a topping on if you like. I've used sesame seeds to give them a little bit of a crunch. Into the oven they go for 18 to 20 minutes, or until they're beautifully golden on top. I like to toast them lightly before I pop the topping on. So, under the grill with these. There we go. Now there are lots of different toppings you can put on bagels. I've chosen a few just to give you some ideas, but you can choose anything you like. And finally, my favourite, avocado and poached egg. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed my recipe of mini bagels, and I hope you've found a topping or two that you'd like to try. I'd like to wish you the happiest new year, and I'll catch you again in 2021.